TVs with Tay. TV with Tay. Hey, it's TVs with Tay. It's TV with Tay. Hey, it's TV shows with Tay. It's TV shows with Tay. It's TV shows with Tay. Hey, it's TV shows with Tay. Pow, pow. It's TV shows with Tay. I don't know, y'all. I got so far. Y'all should have seen 3 intros. 2 of them probably look very similar, but but they ain't. They are because they're the same video. Just one of them has me talking, and the other one has a beat over it. But hold on, y'all. I'm sorry, my phone lit up. Oh, that's on this one. Sorry about that. My phone had lit up. If you guys don't know, um, I have another podcast out called witchaolasxpodcast, and uh if I remember, I'll put the YouTube link, the Instagram link, all that. I'll put it in the description. Usually where you can find one, you can find the other. But so I wanted to bring it up because that's what actually caught my attention is that something popped up about the podcast. Because it drops the same day that this dropped. Ironically, they're on the same day, October 3rd. Who knew? But yeah, all my podcast episodes, no matter what it is, they all drop on a Friday. Usually at 8 o'clock in the morning, roughly. That's Central Standard Time. So that's like 10 o'clock uh Eastern, and I wanna say six AM Pacific, I think is what Arizona and them are in. The point is, if you know your time zones, I'm in Central Standard. This drops at 8 AM every Friday. Okay. And I drop it so early because there's people who get up early, might want to watch this early, might want to listen early, might want to catch something early. And why not? Why not? Um, but I do have another podcast. And then also too, here's a question for you guys because if you don't know, on this channel, which is my main channel, I've done an abundance of things: Black History videos, movie podcast episodes, acting reels, and I still do the Black History videos, and I still do. Well, now I'm doing the TV shows with Tay, um, which I revamped the name to Real Talk with Tay TV Shows Edition. But if you don't know, this channel has had an abundance of things that I've done, right? So, if you guys remember, I had a series called Anguished. Well, I still have it. There's a series called Anguished. Season 1 was released a while ago. I can't even tell you how long ago. It was released a while ago. And unfortunately, I was supposed to have released season 2 by August of this year. Things happened, life happened. Sue me. I'm not sure when it's going to get released. I'm not going to give any more dates because I don't know. I've got a lot of stuff I'm working on individually by myself, and it's a lot for one person to shoot, edit, and manage all these accounts by themselves. But I'm doing it, and I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining. Please don't think I'm complaining. I'm actually enjoying it. Right before I shot this, I actually had a little bit of a breakdown because I started realizing that I really despise where I am right now in life. And I want to get to the TV show in a second because that's what y'all came here for. But I really, truly despise where I am right now in life. And I feel like a lot of my issues in life are stemming from knowing what I want to do, but feeling like I'm in a position to where I can't grab it. You know what I mean? Like, to be completely honest, I hate working. I hate going to a 9 to 5 when I know my powers, my capabilities, and my level of greatness that I'm able to accomplish, and I'm stuck doing 9 hours a day at a job where I don't even like it. Don't get me wrong, I like people, and when I get on that job and I get to talk to people and I get to feel like a normal person, because that's the only time I feel like I get human interaction is when I'm at work. It's cool. I don't mind it. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I despise talking to people on the phone. So this isn't a cry for help, by the way. I just wanted to vent real quick before we got into the episode today because I really truly realized like My brain is way too damn good and too powerful to be stuck stagnant in one spot. And it's hard because I'm using YouTube as an outlet. I'm using Spotify as an outlet, Apple Podcasts as an outlet, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook as an outlet to get my work out there. And yeah, I like I tell you all the time, I know it's gonna take more than just that to get me out there. I know it is. And I know eventually I'm gonna have to light the fire underneath my butt, go get my headshots done, and start putting myself out there to take and get, whether it's commercial gigs, small acting parts in TV shows or movies or whatever it is that's out there for me, So this is also to let people know in the Kansas City, Missouri area, or surrounding states that I'm able to get to without it costing a fortune. Um, if you got gigs that are legit gigs, um, hit me up. I'll see if I'm willing and able to take it, and if I'm not, I can always pass it on to a colleague or someone who's maybe better suiting for that role or for whatever. But I'm sorry I had to go on a quick little 5-minute rant. I apologize. We're gonna get into the TV shows with Tato. Your host just really wanted to talk to y'all real quick, so I just I just needed a vent. I really did. I needed an outlet, and I needed a moment to express my concerns for myself and to let people know that I'm a human behind this camera. I'm just like you. I got hopes and dreams, and honestly, hitting 30, I see why they say 30 is hit that your 30s hit different. And I've only been 30 for a few, what was this, for about 5-6 months now, and oh, my 30s have hit me different. What I seen in my 20s versus what I'm starting to see now, how what's important and what's not important, and how chasing your dream matters more to you than punching a clock does. Oh, mine is blown. Okay, my mind be blown, y'all. I really be sitting here like, damn, I need to go after my dreams. Which gonna segue us into the Real Talk with Tay TV shows edition. How y'all doing? I'm your host, Tay Nicole, and we getting ready to get into another episode of TV shows with Tay. And the reason why I said that's gonna segue into today's episode, because it kind of does in a little bit. This show is a little off the chain, but the main character is the type to go after what she wants. So this kind of segues into that. Y'all like how I did that? Y'all like how I did that? So we are talking about nothing other than season 4, episode 16 of All the Queen's Men. Now, I understand some people have never seen this show, probably will never watch this show, probably don't like the trailers that they've seen and the things they've probably heard about the show, and that's perfectly fine. I'm not here to tell you have to watch the show, but this is for folks that are interested or intrigued to hear about what I think about specific episodes and specific shows, just to let you know. So, let's give you a little run back about All the Queen's Men. So, All the Queen's Men is a story based on I guess you can call her a protagonist slash antagonist, because she's kind of both one and the same. But this is about a lady named Madam. Now, Madam runs a male strip club, or technically co-ed, but she runs a strip club called Eden, right? And she's also part of running a drug dealing gang affiliated company, basically, right? Well, the backstory about Madam is her father was the head of a gang. He faked his death and whatever the case may be, and pretty much left her and her sisters to figure out life or whatever. But the show is mainly about Madam. So specifically, things about Madam. Madam is a ruthless individual. This she will kill anybody at any given time. Don't double cross her, or you might end up in some dirt. Point blank in the period. And she don't gotta lift a finger to do it, but she will do it if she want to do it. If she feel it's personal enough, she'll come and get you. You heard me? She gonna come and get you. Like from season 1 to season 4, it's not a time she ain't got her hands dirty because she ain't afraid to. Who gonna touch her is how she walks with this impossible touch moment, right? And from season 1 to season 4, episode 15, she was untouchable. So she thought, right? So, and I'm gonna let y'all know, this is a spoiler alert. It said it in the caption. It said it in the caption. Spoiler alert. So if you continue to watch this, this is on you when you hear everything I'm about to tell you. Because at the end of the day, I'm gonna tell you. Check this out. So in season four, Madam was on trial for a horrendous amount of crimes that she was accused of. Most of all of them, I remember she's did. She did them. She knows she did them too. But however, you got to prove I did the shit. So she's going through trial and she's, going back and forth with her trial case and, figuring out, if she's going to go to prison, if she's going to get set free and, going back and forth. Now, the DA got a bullshit ass kiss, okay? Their case is so bullshit. They don't, they're bringing in hearsay more than they're bringing in evidence. They don't have anything solid to put on her, but a bunch of speculations. Now, on the contrary, they did get a key witness who had a lot of evidence against her, Concierge. Now, Concierge is a man she, dibbled and dabbled with here and there, who was married to a woman affiliated with an Italian mob boss family, whatever the hell they was. Well, she chopped that head off, okay, and sent her head back to her husband. And ever since then, her and Concierge have been on war, okay. So Concierge, however, um, got on the stand. Now, this is technically, I think, episode 13, 14, 15, somewhere around there. I'm going to get to 16 in a minute because I kind of got to tell you a little bit of backstory to make 16 make sense. So, he gets up there, he tells them about her and how she really is this ruthless individual. She's not who she claimed to be, blah, 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 blah. Showing video footage of her doing horrendous crimes and then stumped himself on the toe by opening his mouth and saying that he doctored the video to remove her out of it so nobody would know it was her. So then the jury's left to think, well, if you removed her out, that means you could put her in. So should we really believe it was her or not? You know what I mean? So there's that, right? Now, fast forward to episode 16. Now you got a little bit of backstory of all the show all the way around. It's not a whole. Go watch the show and you can catch up to what I'm talking about. But episode 16, let's talk about this one real quick. Well, not real quick. It's gonna probably be a minute. In episode 16, Madam got cleared of all the charges. She got found not guilty and was free to go. Turns out, Madam had an inside woman working the people to make sure the jury could flip, right? So she kind of already knew it was a strong possibility that she would win, but it wasn't 100%. It was more like 80-20. Because if that lady couldn't get them to flip, it was going to be a hung jury, which means they would probably have to either pick new jurors or go back and continue to deliberate until they came up with a consensus, if you will, or the judge would have gave her a sentence if you can. However, hopefully my hair ain't covering this up all the way. However, when she got found not guilty, she went back to her club to celebrate with her dancers and everybody was cool. Hooray, Madam, she's free, right? Madam got two other sisters, Carla and Tony, right? She got two other sisters. She also got a host of people that don't like her, like Concierge, the DA, Detective Davis, um, low key one of her dancers, El Fuego, don't like her either, and somebody it's another person I can't think of at the moment that don't like her. All these people do. Some of these people despise her, want her dead. You heard me? They want to take her out, and she's aware of that, but she feel untouchable. So here's the crazy thing about episode 16. As she was celebrating her freedom and knowing she was going to jail, somebody else was plotting to send her straight to hell. So let's start with Detective Davis. Detective Davis has been on Madam's tail since like season 1 or 2, trying to trap her down and get her, for murders, drug dealing, and all of the kind of stuff. What is it called? Laundering and everything under the sun. But see, the thing is, every person she done swung or threw at Madam has ended up finito, up out of there. You hear me? She done got like 2 or 3 of her people smacked up, flipped up, and rubbed down up out of here. Then you got D.A. Rods. D.A. Rods been after Madam just about as long as Detective Davis has. Well, Detective Davis got D.A. Rods chopped up too. You heard me? Sad case for D.A. Rods. Then you got Casanova. He was a undercover. She got him murked too. Uh, Lola. Lola was pretend she's an undercover. She was pretending to be a young girl that was being pimped out or whatever. Got her murked too. So it's like, you know, all these people that got murked because Detective Davis couldn't mind her business. I'm gonna be honest with you. If you can't catch a criminal, at some point you just gotta let it go. I'm not saying keep letting her kill people, but at the same time, you just kind of gotta let it go. Well, anyway, I say that to say that all those people ended up dying at the hands of Madam, pretty much. Like all of them, actually. Now to think about it, all of them did, and a few other folks. Well, in episode 16, Carla and Tony got into it over this family restaurant called Maddie B's. They got into an argument over because Tony told Carla she would give it to her because her ex business partner died and left her the club. Well, when he left her the club, somebody burned it down, and Tony assumed it was Madam who burned it down. We don't know for sure if it was her. I don't think it was because I couldn't see her burning down a club that held no competition to her whatsoever. But then again, this is also social media. Not social media. This is also a television show. So you never know. I didn't mean to say social media. I don't know where the hell that came from. But anyway, so then you got Carla, who's upset with both Tony and Madam because they got a business. They got income coming in. Tony does not. Tony got to still pull biker boy rider type shit, down chick stuff. And she kind of jealous, right? Then you got Tandy. See, I didn't bring up Tandy yet. Then you got Tandy, who's now the new mayor. See, she was the wife of a man who was running for mayor but ended up dying because she killed him. So Madam's got Tandy underneath, her little grip, if you will. And Tandy wanted to do nothing but loosen that grip. You heard me? So you got Detective Davis, Tandy, Carla, Tony, and Concierge currently, who all got it out for her, right? Then on top of that, let me jump off of something real quick. Let me jump off of Madam real quick, jump onto something else. All right, so in the show El Fuego, remember I said one of the dancers I feel like they don't care for Madam is El Fuego? Yeah, this dude. So this dude, his girl got killed one of them seasons. I forget which one of them is. His ex-girlfriend got killed one of them seasons, left in his bed. He almost got framed for the murder, but Madam came through and saved the day. Ever since then, he's been very strange. Well, they ended up finding the cats that kidnapped his girl, raped her, and killed her, and basically took they got taken out. He didn't kill him, but another dancer, Big D, did. Now, fast forward back when Madam. This is why I say I don't think El Fuego likes her either, because when Madam was going to go break ground on a new plot of land for her like children's place, or if you will, when she was digging, she kept hitting something and hitting something and hitting something, and eventually it popped out a hand. And Fuego was in the crowd and he's smirking and laughing about it and walk off. And I'm like, yeah, you got it out for your own boss, who I kind of get why, because he feel like she has something to do with his ex-girlfriend being killed and raped. So then, where was I going with episode 16? Because I'm almost done kind of wrapping it up. So then, like I said, that's where you got Tandy. Tandy's also upset with Madam because she feels like Madam has too much power and she fear no one. So since she fears no one, it makes it almost impossible to them to confront her and win a battle, they feel like. So they gotta figure out a way to win the war. So back at Eden, when they're celebrating Madam's freedom, if you will, she's not going to jail, everybody's having a great time. Well, later that night they're supposed to have a show. Well, one of her dancers, Midnight had a stalker from the beginning of the season. He been stuck with a stalker that won't leave him alone. Well, because that stalker wouldn't leave him alone, um, Midnight tried to get rid of her. You know what I'm saying? She set him up try to get him arrested for rape and all the kind of stuff, but then drop the charges because he pretended to like her and want to be with her. Yeah, that backfired because when she found out he was lying, yeah, she pulled up to the crib and yaka 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 buddy down. You heard me? You'd have thought they was both in jail the way she did that boy. Well, shortly after he got yaka yaka yaka, we fast forward to Club Eden. And Madam has talked to her people like she needed to, got a call to speak with her staff and security. And dude, soon as I want to say it was Blue, soon as Blue left out the office, shortly after that, somebody walks in and she turned around, she getting ready to say something. And like I said, it's a spoiler alert, so don't be surprised. So she get ready to say something, somebody up the toolie, wow, hit her in her shit. Hit her all up in here, right? So now we in the season with Midnight stabbed up and Madam shot. And it's like, oh, so what's going to happen? Now, granted, I'm pretty sure nothing's going to happen to Madam. I can't speak for Midnight because he did get stabbed an awful lot, like an awful lot. So I can't really speak on what I feel like gonna happen to Midnight because it's kind of hard to say because he might survive it and he might not. But then you got Madam, who was shot all up in here, right? Just one bullet, but all up in here. I feel like she's going to survive it just solely because I know the show's coming back. So I feel like she's going to survive that gunshot wound and be just fine. And the reason I say I feel like she's coming back because this show also connects to Sisters and Zatima. And in Sisters, Fatima, she mentions about her cousin. So I'm like, okay, her cousin's still alive. Cool. So to me, that episode, and I know I kind of gave you a backstory of all the episodes almost, but to me, that episode went to go to show that you can show so much love to people, but it don't matter. When they're through with you, they're through with you, and they'll discard of you by any means necessary, however they see fit. And that's exactly what Madam was going through. People wanting to discard her and throw her away where they seem fit, and it's like that ain't cool at all. So that's pretty much how season 4 ends. When Madam getting popped, Midnight getting stabbed up, it's a hot mess. You hear me? So sorry, I'm a little tired. Give me a second. I'm trying to find this real quick. Sorry about the brief intervention. I'm kind of getting sleepy, so I'm trying to stay awake. Um, but my take. So I kind of gave y'all, like I said, I gave y'all a breakdown and a context clarification of what's going on. Now my take on the show as a whole is that there's no way one woman was able to control all of those individuals and make them do what she asked them to do. Because then, no matter how you slice it and cut it, she made them do what she asked of them. And they all did it. They all obliged. No problem. So I feel like she would set you up in a position where you had no choice but to trust her. Except for concierge. Like she really just kind of drew a line in the sand for concierge when it came to that. Madam being shot, like I said, she's not gonna die. I think there is. I had all the suspects up: Fuego, concierge, Lisa, or no, what was her name? That's how I know I'm getting sleepy. I called her Lisa. What was her name? Tandy. I called her Lisa. Where the hell I get Lisa and Tandy from? That's how I know I'm getting sleepy. Um. Oh, the suspects. I feel like the ones who could have shot her. Let me try that again. The ones who could have shot her could have been concierge, um, Tandy, Detective Davis, Carla, or no, not Carla. Yeah, Carla or Tony. And then there was one more person I kind of forgot. But I say Tony did it. That's who I think did it. And if I'm wrong, then I can't think of who else would have tried to take her out. You know what I'm saying? Because it was of a small woman. So it couldn't have been Carla. Cause Carla kind of big. But as far as midnight stabbing, I mean, I would assume he's going to survive being stabbed like that, but I just think that he's not going to tell them who did it. That's my take on midnight stabbing. Midnight's not going to tell them who did it. If anything, he's going to just keep it to himself. Point blank in the period. Um, my hair be spooking the heck out of me, y'all. Um, I think Maddo's gonna eventually find out El Fuego put that hand in the dirt, and I think El Fuego's gonna get himself popped. That's what I think. I think El Fuego's gonna get himself killed, or at least hurt really, 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 really bad. But yeah, that's my take on. I'm sorry, I'm getting kind of sleepy. I apologize. But that's my take on episode 16, season 4 of All the Queen's Men and the overall cue of the show. Um, if you have never seen this show, I recommend if you're interested in watching shows like this, and I can go into grave detail about the show before you go watch it if you would like me to. Just leave it in the comment section, and I will go in grave detail about this show for you. Also, oh, also in the comment section, make sure you list what TV shows, episodes you would like to see me do, and make sure you just keep it funky with me. And if you can think of the name, like you know how they give you like the title of the episode, and you can't think of what season it's in, at least give me the name, and I'll probably try to find it. But in the meantime, in between time, it's been your host, the real Taylor Nicole, aka Taylor Nicole, aka With Your Old Ass Podcast, aka Let's Get It Poppin'. You dig me? This has been Real Talk with Tay, TV shows edition. I gladly appreciate y'all for tuning in. Make sure y'all guys hit that like, comment, share, and subscribe button for me, and I gladly appreciate it. If I look tired throughout this entire episode, it's because I am. But in the meantime, in between time, stay blessed, stay highly favored, love.